Hi, I'm Skylar Call. Thank you, Auric Gallery, for having me. Big thanks to Abby and Gundy. I'm super grateful to be here and show you what I made recently. I have been painting since 2012. Um, I my painting journey took off then. I had lost my younger sister in 2011, and makes you take a look at your life. And I really wanted to paint. I really wanted to paint. That was what I wanted to do. And I didn't want to go back to school for that. I'd already been to school, and I just wanted to learn the craft. And so my friend Kelly Pomblad told me about Brett Andrus and said, hey, he teaches oil painting classes out of his gallery. And that's how it all began, is I just wanted to learn how to paint. And Brett taught me how to paint out of his gallery in the alley on Bijou. And I had so much fun. I met so many people. Actually, Becca Day was in those early classes with me, so I've known Becca for a long time. And oil painting is my favorite. I have always loved oil. I did take classes in college and played around with paint expressively for a long time, and I just love oil. It's the thing I'm most skilled in. And on that note, in case you're wondering, if you're just born to know how to paint, that's not been my experience. It is something you can learn how to do. And so I've just been working on that for the last 12-ish years. And it's brought me a lot of joy, and it's brought me through a lot of difficult times of grief and helped me process that. And so a little bit about this show. I feel like this was um, kind of a growth spurt for me. Um, it I was inspired to do this. It wasn't like I planned it all out. I don't really work that way. I have spontaneous inspiration, and then I have kind of this educational variety of inspiration that happens slowly over a period of time with different experiences in my life, meeting different people, having different conversations. And this show, If These Walls Could Talk, kind of what that title means to me is kind of what happens behind the scenes in the lives of creatives that kind of moves them forward in their work, inspires the work they choose to do, and then the narrative they choose to tell. Um, and this, it's kind of jam packed full of meaning for me. I'm going to try to articulate as best I can without being all over the board, but um, it's kind of an invitation to people who feel that pull to live creatively and are maybe hesitant because they think that they weren't born with it, right? But again, it's not something you're born with. It's something you say yes to. It's something that you just start doing. And I've met a lot of people who've guided me along the way. And I've learned so much from so many different artists and creatives through my journey. And there's a group that I do online that I've been doing for a couple of years now. It's a two-way prayer group with all different kinds of artists, filmmakers, musicians, painters, actors, like everybody is in there. And we all get together and we talk about what's going on with us in our lives, and we talk to our God, our creator, whoever it is in our lives that we're spiritually connected to. My spiritual walk is a huge part of my life, and it varies in that group, but it's an intimate group where we talk about what's holding us back creatively, and that is what really inspired the show. Kind of kicked it off was looking into the Zoom rooms of these other creatives, these sacred spaces where they make or where they create, where they make what they make. and it is sacred. It's a sacred process. It's an intimate process. And the show is about a conversation with myself. It's about a conversation with my higher power. It's about a conversation with other creatives, and how much it's really an ode to how much the people in my life that are living creatively have inspired me and have encouraged me in those moments where I feel like I want to quit, or I feel like I'm not good enough, or any of those things. And I get to talk that out with these people, and they're real about where they're at. And I really value that authenticity and that vulnerability. And so all of these paintings um, are a little peek into the lives of the people that have inspired me, and their sacred spaces where they actually create their music, their design, um, their flower arrangements, where they write their stories. I have a painting called Storyteller that's probably one of my favorite. Um, and that lady lives in St. Louis. And I asked her if she'd take a picture for me because I needed a good reference photo instead of taking a picture and just zoom. And so she sent me so many pictures. She was so excited about her space. She's like, I love my space. And she sent me all these pictures, and I picked the one I liked the best. And then I made it my own. And so I feel like it was a little bit of a collaboration there to be able to represent what was so meaningful to her through my eyes and through my perspective. And so, yeah, I don't know. The flower painting is really representative of, I love really vivid colors. Most of my work is dominated by really bright, like reds and oranges and yellows and pinks and things like that. So this is kind of new for me to like get into this deep blue, more neutral color, although I did have to add some pops of, pink and red because I do love those. But the floral piece it's called Growing Joy, and it is really kind of a picture of my journey today. I had so much fun painting that painting. I just set up a still life in my bedroom where I have the best light and the best window, and um, and I just had fun with it. I just had fun with it, and I played, and that's an important part of my process, is making sure I make time for play and to be able to create without any expectation of oh, I hope it's good enough for this or that or whatever. It's just like I have to give myself permission to just do it and just be wherever I'm at. And it's exciting and it's fun and sometimes it's hard, and I have to push myself. And this piece, Your Dreams Are Calling, is I love nostalgia, so this telephone, that says a lot, how much phones have changed our lives, and the way things used to be, but more specifically, the wallpaper is super detailed. And that was really challenging. Like, that was one where I got more disciplined, and I created a stencil, I drew the stencil, and then I had to draw that onto there and then paint very slowly and meticulously. Because usually I prefer and love to just go crazy, just So that's my favorite thing to do, is just to be like that. But it's also good to balance it out. And so that's why I feel like this is kind of new for me. Um, the color scheme, the narrative, and also just getting to share where I'm at right now and what's going on in my life, and expressing that through painting is just, it's so special. And I just feel so grateful that I get to do it and that I get to show people what I made, because that's fun too, and to get to talk to people about it and how what they might connect with in their lives. I had some great conversations on Friday about those people that are like, oh, I want to do this, but I can't. And like just encouraging them, like I've been encouraged, like you can, you really can, and you should. You should do that for yourself. It's quite a cool relationship to have with yourself, to continue to get to know yourself, and share that with other people and make connections. And so yeah, I mean, I think that's all I have to say. And thanks for letting me be here. Yeah.